Yeah, well, I mean, I think more important than anything, just how proud I am of our coaching staff and our players for what they got done today. I mean, you look at almost 365 days ago, I think it's 358. The result that we've been sitting on and thinking about at every 5 a.m. workout and every spring ball practice and every camp practice, and to come back and finish the way that we did today. They're a heck of a football team. I mean, they are super talented. They're good at just about everything they do, and our guys just came out and played their butts off for each other. And that's what we've been preaching all year. That's what our program's about. It's about playing for your teammates, playing for each other. We'll be tired and we'll be sore tomorrow. We'll worry about all that later, and our guys did that all game. So I mean, there's some. I mean, we were great on third down. Our defense was great on third down. We rushed the ball for almost 300 yards against the defending national champion. We held them to under 40 yards. Those are all great things. But I'm just most proud about how our kids played. Their hair was on fire. This has been burning in their belly for a year, and I think that showed over the course of the 60 minutes. And it was great to see them, be able to battle a little bit there where it got tight. We were stalling a bit on offense, and our defense just kept stepping up. And then eventually our offense got going, and our guys made plays. Our coordinators, Coach Wood, Coach Studman, Coach Durkin, did a great job putting together game plans that our guys could execute. And then our players just worked their butts off all week, watching film, preparing, and getting ready for the game. We felt like we knew what we were up against. We'd seen it a year ago. And our guys were ready for the challenge. They're up for it. This is what they wanted. They wanted to get another shot at them. It's what you work for, and it's rare in life that you get that opportunity to do that. So just really proud of our guys, really proud of our coaching staff. It's a great atmosphere here today. So thanks to all the alums and people in Naperville and administrators for being here to support us. It was really a lot of fun, and I'm glad that our first semifinal game that we've ever hosted here could turn out this way. Our guys could play as well as they did, and we could have the result that we have. I think North Central put on a great day, a great night, and we're super thankful for that. We're thankful for the support that we get from our administration. They're second to none, and it allows us to do what we do, and I think you saw that out there today in the atmosphere and how loud they were. I think our guys fed off that.
Sam, WONC, first question.
Coach, guys, first off, congrats. Coach, I want to get your thoughts on, you talked about all season long about second half adjustments, and I think the biggest second half adjustment was all year was Antoine Walker, whoever in the secondary was matched up against Brandon Jordan. He had a very solid first half. What was going through your mind, going through your coaching staff's mind? What did you have to tell your secondary to really limit him and to essentially nothing in the second half?
I felt like in the first half, Antoine and other guys were actually right there to make some plays. And, we made a couple, we missed a few. He's a good football player. He's huge. He does a nice job of body positioning. And I just thought our guys did a good job in the second half making some adjustments, getting themselves in positions to run him out and make plays on footballs. He's going to make a lot of plays. And, fortunately today, Antoine and the other secondary, Duran, they made more. Last year it was the opposite. Last year those 50-50 balls seemed like 90-10 balls. They were making the plays. And you saw it a little bit in the first half in certain moments, certain segments, but for the most part, we won those battles. And that was one of our, keys on the defensive side of the ball coming in was, we have to put our guys in the best positions we can to make plays on the football when they do throw them up, because they love to do it. Like I said, they're super talented. They have 4 stud receivers. And our guys, fortunately, they were in the right spots, and as we came down the stretch there in the second half, they made those plays. But the second half adjustments are always huge. I thought the guys did a great job of, where our focus was and where our mind was going into the second half. I thought we were ready to go. It was a huge stop, obviously, by our defense before the half. And I think offensively, we were actually a little bit disappointed. We didn't get points there. We had an opportunity to. But we still went in up, we still went in positive, we still went in, I felt like, taking momentum away, and it was kind of the opposite last year when we played them in the national title game. They went in with momentum, even though it was a 3-point game. I felt like we went in this half with momentum and a good feel of where we were at and what we could do in the second half.
I appreciate it.
Pat?
Sam, I want to ask, Coach talked about you guys getting that stop late in the second quarter. I think you guys got to their quarterback too, right? And after that, it maybe never seemed the same. What did you see from him when his passes in the second half, that sort of thing?
Yeah, so at first we wanted to prevent the explosive plays. That was what we were preaching all week. We wanted to limit the explosives because last year they got a ton of those. So this year our focus was to limit the explosive plays, and then our pressure was hitting home today because our D-line did a fantastic job up front dominating their man. And that led me to be free, and I just tried to do my best to make the play when it presented itself.
Did the ball look different in the second half? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, definitely. It was a little bit different, I would say.
Luke, last year in the Stag Bowl, it was UMHB who made all the biggest plays. Y'all flipped the script today. How? Why were y'all able to, after not doing it last year, do it this year? Was it the familiarity with them, or was it just you've been waiting 12 months chomping at the bit to get to this?
I think it was both the familiarity. I think we had a good game plan coming into this game. And also, like you said, we've been waiting 12 months for this game again. We were fortunate to come out on top this time. Not going to lie, I just lost my train of thought. Could you repeat the question?
Why y'all were able to make the big plays this year that you couldn't make last year?
Also, one of the big things we were preaching all week was turnovers. Last year we had 5 turnovers against them. 4 of them were my fault. In this game, my focus was I'm not going to give them the ball because that's what they've been thriving off of this whole season, getting turnovers, and their offense turns it into points. Against Bethel, they came back in the fourth quarter, and I didn't want to let that happen, so we took good control of the ball, didn't have any turnovers, and paid off this game.
For Ethan, when Coach talked at the beginning in his opening remarks about you guys having 358 days or whatever to ruminate on that Stag Bowl result, you started nodding your head right away. Tell me a little bit about how that has inspired you or whatever over the course of the last almost year.
I mean, yeah, especially like this week coming up, we try to not dwell on anything in the past, but it's really hard not really with this game, kind of playing the same team, a lot of the same players, and just the whole week kind of just kept thinking about it. I think a lot of us did, everyone who was there and experienced that. Like I kept thinking about people who played before me, like Andrew Kaminsky and Blake Williams and Ben Wong, and then those are the people who I thought about, like the look in their eyes and the way that they felt after losing, and that was something that really kind of motivated me personally. I know a lot of other people to avoid that, and I remember after going up, I think when we put up 35, it was Gerard Thornton kept yelling, remember last year, remember last year, remember last year, just to kind of make sure that everyone doesn't let up on that gas and that we don't kind of get relaxed, because I think that we've done that a few times this year. We get up a little bit, and then as an offense, sometimes we kind of just slow down when we shouldn't. We should kind of keep pushing. I think that's something today that we did, and I think that was kind of a big factor with it.
If I could ask a follow-up for anybody on the panel. What do you tell the people who weren't there last year, who have to learn this from you via, the word of mouth or oral tradition or whatever? What do you talk to them about?
I mean, you could look at the score and see the score, but I would say we weren't real thrilled with how it ended with some late touchdowns and trick plays. That's motivation, and I know we left saying, hey, we're going to remember that, and that's what they wanted to do. That's fine. They're out there to win championships and win games too. So, but I think our guys remembered it, and it was definitely fuel for the fire. Again, I mean, they're such a good football team. They're so talented that I think momentum got our way today. Being at home helps. Having a full week of prep helps. I think it was a better setup for us this year. And I think our guys in the football that we're playing right now, it lended itself to a victory. We're taking the ball away. We're protecting the football. We're winning time of possession. We're running the football. We're preventing teams from running the football. those are recipes to win in December, and that's what we've been building really all year. I mean, we've been talking about that since camp. You know, these are the keys to winning football games in November and December. And fortunately, our guys have been able to execute and to do that. And I think, you know, like Ethan said, you know, once we got up a little bit there in the third, especially fourth quarter, I think the guys felt, hey, let's put the gas down and let's close this thing out. And so I was really just proud to see those guys, to see us do it, to see the defense keep getting stops, and to see the offense, you know, really just run the clock out, you know, and rush the ball. I mean, our time of possession was almost 35-25. You know, the turnovers, we won that. So, I mean, those are all positives, and we felt like that was part of the game plan and part of the key to winning this football game. It was just great to see our guys close it out, and win the way they did.
Any other questions?
I guess I'll just throw one for anybody who wants to answer. Being down on the sideline, the mantra I kept hearing you guys saying, it got louder as the game went on, was it gets easier, it gets easier. What's that mantra mean for you guys, and how did you feel the momentum build throughout this game as you guys continue to extend the lead?
You know, we just wanted to come out and focus on playing our best football, knowing that we're going against a really good football team, and felt like that was one way to do that, was just to keep us all together and be motivated to, you know, keep playing and, you know, keep going.
Coach, you talk a lot about the special teams, the three phases of football. Probably the biggest showing of special teams all season long, whether it was Joe Sacco picking up the kickoff or blocked field goal. That really seemed to help set the tone as well. Just get your thoughts on that, if there was any extra preparation, or if you feel like that was just more like you've been talking about, where it's like just an extra chip on the shoulder because it's Mary Hardin-Baylor.
No, I think it's more, you know, how we prep is the same every single week. Our meeting structures are the same, our practice structures are the same. There's nothing different this week, and there'll be nothing different next week other than you lose a day. You just bump everything up. It's the same, and that's, you know, that's how our program views every single game, is regardless of who we're playing, our prep is going to be consistent. You know, at the end of the day, that's how you control your controllables. That's how you control your input and what you're doing to prepare. You can't control what's going on the other side of the field. You can't control what the refs call. You can't control how the ball bounces. So, you know, we're going to prepare every single week like we're playing the national champion, and I think that's why you see some of the results that we have throughout the year. Is we don't take any opponent lightly. It doesn't matter who they are, what their record is. We prepare exactly the same. Our coaches put the same 100+ hours in, exactly the same every single week, regardless of who you're playing. And then this week with the special teams, I thought Coach Wood, our special teams coordinator, did a great job of putting a plan together not to let their returners kill you, because their returners are ridiculous, and they will kill you if you give them the football. And so that was the main goal, was not to let them hurt us. And then I think it was players just taking advantage of opportunities. You know, you talk about the kickoff. That was huge. That was huge. That was a big momentum swing to get the ball back and allow our offense to go back on the field right away. But I think it was just kids taking the game plan, executing it. But there was nothing different or unusual this week just because it's Mary Hardin-Baylor. Just like there won't be anything different next week. It's, you know, we have to go about our business. That's the best thing we can do, is go about our business and how we prepare and put our guys in situations to succeed. That's our job as coaches.